Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Living World of Darkness, a crossover between mage and demon, where we find ourselves in a library, let's say in northern Manhattan, not far from the river that separates Manhattan from the Bronx, where Naomi, recently not entirely sure what type of mage she is just stepping into this particular library, one that she's been into a few times when she didn't really have much somewhere else to go, and she will start by just browsing the shelves. She's actually looking for something specific. She's been reminded of a book she's very fond of by going to library. It is unfortunately not a recently written famous crime novel, but yes, she's actually looking for Wuthering Heights. But yes, so just wandering around the library, as libraries have a tendency to be somewhat eclectically organised.
As she'll be looking around, she might spot someone she's seen before, just in one of the aisles, standing up, probably leaning on one of the shelves and reading a book. Just seems very casual, and he'll spot her and smile.
She will give a kind of forced smile, fuck, under her breath. And start to look down, and then her eyes will, walking in the section she is in, the crime section, her eyes will alight upon a particular book, and she will blink, and she will take out this book and flick to the back page where there's the author profile and hold it up against this person.
He'll smile. Yes, I read that book quite a few years ago.
I thought I recognized you.
And he'll smile. So now that you know my whole name, I unfortunately only know your first name.
Yeah, most people only do. Cross. Naomi Cross.
And he'll say that very casually, as strange as it sounds. He'll say, "You don't always have to wear a mask."
What makes you say that? Do you want to have this conversation outside? I just feel awkward talking loudly in a library.
He'll nod, sure, if you wish, and he'll close the book he's reading, put it back on the shelf.
She'll put a hand in her pocket and pull out some loose change and look at it like, right, got enough for coffee.
As he sees her like looking for spare change, like struggling, he'll smile and he'll just say, "It's okay, I can spare a dollar or two to pay you for coffee."
Thanks, I guess.
So, as they walk here and they reach the cafe, he'll sit down and say, "As what I mean is how you act. I may be wrong, but it feels like some sort of defensive mechanism, if you will."
What makes you think you fucking know me? You met me for less than a minute.
I don't know you. I don't claim to know you. I just Well, I used to be a lot like you at least acted on our first meeting.
You know, I knew one of the people in there was a murderer, and the other one had threatened my best friend with a gun.
I wasn't sure what happened. I knew something. Well, I knew you had obviously had issues with some of the people in there.
Yeah. And then when I got a bit fucking erratic.
Well, small. It kind of happens to everybody, believe it or not.
Sorry. And if you say so. So you think you know me. You wrote Gemini thing. They were cool. I remember read them when I was young.
Cosmo. You keep saying, yeah, I think I know you. I don't. That's the point. We are all different. We go through similar situations, but we're all different people. In the end, the exact situation is different for everybody. It's part of why we don't talk to others about our problems. Well, first of all, they won't even understand, and second of all, they can't help you anyways, right?
I don't know. Well, I suppose it doesn't help when you do weird shit. So, you did something weird as fuck.
I did.
So you want to talk about understanding and different experiences. I've had some pretty shitty experiences with things that aren't normal. So cards on the table. What are you?
I'm the same thing your friend, well, she's my friend too, but I'm the same thing as Emilia.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you guys definitely can't fucking understand.
Well, try me.
So, that's actually a point. Was it you or not who wrote the books?
I shall think. This one is a strange question. Yes, is the straight answer, but in a way, no, it's strange. I might be what I am, what Emilia is, but Tyler Norton is still in here.
Interesting. It's kind of fucked up, I suppose.
It really is. I feel think it's as old as we are, we still, when we enter a body, it still affects us. We aren't ourselves, completely ourselves. We are a mix of who we were and the person we are now in.
We're all stained by our own sins, I suppose.
How small. We made a choice long ago. Whether that choice is wrong or right, we made it, and we have to deal with the choice we made.
Did Tyler make the choice?
The choice I'm talking about is the choice.
I know.
What I am in made, but Tyler didn't unfortunately make the choice. I'm sorry to say.
I know. I've spoken to Emilia.
When we find somebody, because of the fact that they don't get a say, we try and find somebody that reminds us of us, that has similar points to us.
It's fucking heartwarming.
It really isn't. We do what we want. We do what we need to come back. Maybe some might say we shouldn't, but well.
Do you feel bad?
I haven't pondered on that question. I haven't taken time to ponder on that question. I need to work on my duty, and if I've taken that body, I need to let it not go to waste.
That much sounds fair, I suppose. But your duty, you still serve something.
I serve. Well, I follow what I think is right.
You know, I've met some fucked up people in my life. And do you know how few of them don't do what they think is right?
Out of character, how few of them what?
Do you know how few of them don't do what they think is right?
Small. Many people would like to say they do. Not as many actually do that. But to answer your questions, I couldn't give you an exact number or an exact percentage.
Every little kid thinks they're a fucking hero and some little special fucking wonder. And then we think we're good people, and eventually, I suppose everyone has to let it go. But a lot of people seem to struggle and seem to always say, you did what I thought was right, or some other bullshit. I've seen people do some fucked up shit. I've seen a woman make a man walk into traffic, saying pretty much the same bullshit.
I'm genuinely sorry for what you've seen. Someone out of character, how old is Naomi? Well, like, look,
19.
19. Someone as young as you shouldn't go through that stuff.
We don't get to decide, do we?
No, even our free will is monitored. Not monitored isn't the right word, but is altered by what happens around us and by the people around us.
We're all victims of circumstance.
We are. That doesn't mean we can fight for ourselves and be who we are. If you're standing in hell, which, believe me, I know what it's like, you have to start climbing. It's that simple and that complicated at the same time.
But this is where you, suppose, can't really understand. Because you won't go back and, well, from what Amelia was saying, you'll live for fucking ever.
We could. It's what happens most of the time, but there's always a chance that we might get sent back to where we were if we aren't careful.
The rest of us are born to die. We're going to end up there. It's fucking inevitable.
I wish I could say differently, but I'd be lying. But that's why you've been given life.
We've been given life so we can die.
You've been given life so you can enjoy being alive, enjoy this earth, and well, things happen, but you can still fight for you are. You are beautiful because you are human.
Have you met many humans?
I live with one, and I share my life with one, and she'll walk around. My duty among all the angels is one that is considered the hardest by ourselves, and something that is considered a shame by others of our being, of our race, of our being.
So what's that?
What you said happens to you at the end. It's
You don't look very much like a Grim Reaper. I suppose Amelia doesn't look like she makes stars.
That's why we enter our bodies. These bodies, if we worked around in our true selves, our true forms, a lot of bad things will happen.
Yeah. I can imagine. It'd be pretty fucking terrifying if I saw an angel in the street. People fall onto their knees and fucking pray.
Well, if Amelia told you what we are, you should know it's been a long time since we've been angels.
How she talked about it, there didn't seem to be a lot of difference.
But when I said you remind me of higher words, it's mainly Tyler Norton, the man who grew up to be an author and someone respected, used to be a street thug.
Used to be a what, sorry?
A street thug.
So
I used to be, well, I used to be very antisocial, and well, use the word fuck a lot, maybe even more than you did.
I'm fucking angry. Antisocial and a fucking street thug.
Not sure you're a street thug. You don't seem to be. Maybe you are, maybe you're not, but you have this defense mechanism about you. You
fucking defense mechanism. You don't fucking know. You don't know fucking shit.
I don't know anything about you. I assume I may be wrong. I will not deny this.
Don't need a fucking shrink.
You may not, but I'm just here to tell you that, and I'm sure you've heard the speech before, but people care about you. I know Amelia, for one, is concerned about you.
Of course. Everyone fucking loves me, isn't that? Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Everyone, maybe not. Everyone has enemies, everyone has friends. What I'm trying to say is what you may have friends standing up for you, but if you don't do it for yourself, if you don't stop, well, I'm not sure you do feel sorry for yourself, but if you don't stop, if people do not stop being sorry for themselves, then they won't sum up to anything. The exact problem is that people feel sorry for themselves. They come up with excuses for what they do, but in the end, the choices we made were our choices. We made them.
I couldn't agree more. I'm well aware. We make our own choices. We can fuck up our own lives and fuck up our own worlds without blaming anyone else. I guess you all fucked up this world. That's what Amelia says.
We are, yes, we are part of why everything happened here. Oh, the world got fucked up. I can't say I'm not to blame for that. We are not to. I can't say we are not to blame for that. But there are consequences to every choice we made. Even something that may seem right to one may seem wrong to another.
Because there are fucked up lunatics out there.
That is true. It's Did Emilia tell you how we became what we are now exactly?
You lost. You were thrown into... She didn't go into a lot of detail. But basically hell for a long time. You're not entirely sure how long. And then you managed to escape somehow. Short version.
This is the short version. What I mean is, did she tell you what the war we fought was about in the first place?
She said what she thought it was about. Reality is perception. What was your war about?
Did Emilia tell you that when you guys were first created, you were not supposed to die?
She neglected that bit.
Well, I can understand why someone higher up may not approve of me telling you this, but you were not supposed to die when you were first created. And I do not remember why exactly. I'm still new to this, but one day you were supposed to, and the creatures I looked up to so much, the humans, the creatures I was most fond of, I had to give you that horrible fate. We had to give you that horrible fate. I could not understand why it was so.
Because everything dies. That's just how shit works. It was inevitable one day or the other.
We don't. You said that yourself.
You sure there's no end for you eventually? God calls you all back. Finishes his grand fucking plan.
There might be, but there might, if we fight for it, we make that thing more even inevitable, more well, we lesser the chances of that happening. And if it is inevitable, we make it later, and that's something worth fighting for, isn't it?
Sometimes I don't really know.
You, well, in my opinion, we are still here, just like you are still here. If we are still alive, if we are still in this world, it means we still have a chance.
If that's what gets you through the day. Vodka works for me.
I'll just smile at her. If you say so. We all have our things. We all have our little tricks to get by every day.
I know everything ends though. Because you showed me yours. Do I need to show you mine, or do you know?
I know what you are. Don't know what you can do. You can show me if you want, but it's not something that
I'm not going to show you in a fucking crowded coffee shop.
Of course not, and you know that much.
No one pays attention to a casual conversation, but if I do some weird shit, pull an animal out of thin air, people might comment.
I believe they might, yes.
Do you know how it works?
I know you, and he'll say that a quieter, bend reality.
Can do it because I understand that it ends. That we're all dying. That's where it all comes from. Acceptance.
You don't need to remind me that everything around us is all dying. Everything is dying, and
everyone's aware of it.
You know what I am.
Everyone's aware of it all the time. Why do you get to escape the guilt?
I wish I knew.
I've done fucked up shit. I'm pretty sure, and she indicates to a young couple in a booth, sort of giggling and laughing together, clearly very happy. They've both done fucked up shit. The barista's done fucked up shit. And they all are aware of the fucked up shit they've done. And they feel bad about it. If your fucked up shit is what means everything dies, then she leans over the table. I hope you fucking remember. Because it's really fucking shit.
No. Well, I can't speak for all of us, but I remember for me at least it took me great pain every time I did.
That's good. You should. It shouldn't be easy.
It's even harder when you are hated by your own siblings for doing so.
I've definitely done it to one person. Probably 2 or 3. I didn't stay around to fucking watch. No one thanks you.
I know.
It's fucked up. Sometimes when I talk to Amelia, I'm amazed at the things that she doesn't understand. and the things that she does are kind of the same. At least Daniel seems to have a grasp on shit. Guess he's been around a while.
But and he'll look at her and think, never forget that you have people around you, as I said before, and that you're alive for a reason.
Yep, born to die, and I have my dear beloved companions, my teacher, my friends, my lover. Isn't it fucking wonderful? Betty's making me a cake.
She sips his coffee and says, I'm not saying it's wonderful and maybe horrible, but it's there. It's yours. And
That's true.
You are the only master of your own fate.
Yeah, sure. Let me tell you about a story about a little fucking girl. There's fucked up versions of you and there's fucked up versions of me. They took an 8-year-old girl, kidnapped her, tortured her, turned her into a killing machine, shattered her mind into 10 separate pieces, put them in bodies that they'd grown in some kind of glass box. And none of those fucking understand why. They're all begging for answers and orders. So tell me, what does it mean to be the fucking master of your own destiny? Humans aren't. We're slaves to other shit. Now, I plan on being a slave to the least shit. But a pretty speech doesn't give her agency. Hell, I've seen, like I say, and experienced just how easy it is to take it away from people. Like, really. Potentially forever. I've seen a woman lock a man out of time for 2 hours. For 20 hours. Was he a master of his own destiny? He didn't seem to have a fucking say in the matter. And you can apologize for the shit I've seen because I'm young and fucking innocent. Compared to you spinning stars out of fucking nothing and seeing us walk deathless in Eden. But yeah, you don't just get free will as a fucking prize for turning up.
It is. Never said the opposite, dude. It is something you fight for. You don't just get given, but all these people you mentioned, could you say that 100% they didn't have a chance of fighting the orders that were given to them, that they didn't have a part of them that could fight?
Not for a long time. Maybe one day. But now it's driven this girl to ruin. The reserve program putting 10 minds in one body, driving someone to suicide. Hooray for free will.
And well, this is something I was not aware of. I did not think this was even possible. If you say this, if that I believe you.
There is more that exists in heaven and earth. Sweet Horatio.
But you said that it wasn't long. It was short, but they did have a chance.
No, not really. She just needed to return back. She was just following a different order. And as for other things, you know there are leeches in the city. Didn't look someone in the eyes. You can't argue. There are my people in the city who can take your mind away, potentially even give you a completely new one. The fairies can do their own shit.
I guess so.
Like you say, you didn't intend to make the world what it is, but it's a fucking litany of horrors. And nice words and I don't need a mask because I can just be the real fucking me. It's not real.
You can keep wearing that mask if you want or not, but believe me, you don't need to. I'm sorry if you do not agree with it.
And so I expose my mind to the world. Say I'm not short-tempered and say I'm fucking faking it because I want people to think I'm brave.
Oh, I'm not saying you're not short-tempered, but to the point of saying...
What I am is an erratic cokehead, sweetie.
To the point of saying... to telling people to fuck off when you first meet them and using the word fuck so many times.
Problems with my vocabulary now.
No, not a problem. Just making an observation. I'm not sure you feel so strongly every time you say the word.
Have you ever done coke before?
I feel small. Young when I was a kid, actually.
Yeah, like you generally get a bit erratic and act rather extreme. If this means fucking swearing all the time. It's just the shit. Besides, bitch hit me.
She
I was
did.
doing what the owner wanted. Not least because I know he's like you and can probably just fucking kill me.
Well, you did well by doing as he asked. He is older than I am, and probably more powerful.
Yeah. Not that, sure, ISIS is fine. But I shouldn't fucking fight too much. He's helped me out.
Okay, what was that last part?
He's, I shouldn't argue too much. He's helped me out. Helping out a friend.
Well, you made the choices you made in there for a reason. From what you're saying, it was standing up for your friends in a way. That is something I admire.
That was kind of the start, I suppose. Aiden was always an ass anyway. It's just kind of terrifying, and to be honest, you all kind of are. But a lot of the later ones, where I'm not going to lie, they were motivated by the giant thing trying to eat me.
And you probably would have gotten eaten if Emilia and I and even her friend weren't there to stop her.
I know. I guess thanks, and this is why when you started the conversation with a fucking presumptuous statement, I stayed sat down.
So, how long have you been taking coke?
It's for me to know. A while.
You don't need to tell me, that's fine.
Like I said, don't need a shrink.
A shrink would have tried to know more. I'm not. Like I said, I don't need. You don't need to tell me. You took it for a reason.
Yes. She doesn't respond to that. She simply just says, yes.
Now, like I said, I'm not trying to be a shrink. You don't need to tell me why you made that choice. You don't need to tell me anything.
I'm not going to.
All I'm saying is you made that choice to take it, and it might have been a fucked up one. Probably is. We all make fucked up choices, but
yeah, we do.
You aren't always under the influence of it, and that means is if you are willing, you can make a change. Not trying to be a shrink, just trying to, well, tell you how I feel.
That's very much for you. It's all a matter of willpower or something. You clearly mean very well, which is very cute.
Call it cute if you want. That's not the word I would use.
I could use other ones, but they aren't quite as complimentary.
And he'll smile and kind of with a chuckle, go ahead, use them.
It's quite sad. It's quite pathetic. But like you say, you don't know, and you have no idea how many times I've had this fucking conversation. So many fucking people. So let me ask you one that apparently Amelia have been asked, and I asked you a question that you'd clearly never been asked before. Would you do it again?
Which part of what we did?
The start, where you first rebelled. If you went back, right now, I'm God. Are you going to rebel against me, Tyler?
And he'll think. I told you the reason why I rebelled. And whether you think it was the right thing to do or not.
I'm not asking if it was the right thing to do. In my opinion.
And he'll hold a hand up and goes, whether you think it's the right thing to do or not doesn't matter to me. I made that choice. I thought it was right, and I'd do it again. Yes. I stood up for what I thought was right, what I thought was the good thing to do. I might have been wrong. I'm not going to argue with that, but I made that choice for a reason.
And you'd make the same choice again, knowing everything you know now, with all those years locked away, the world as it is now, full horror.
I was fighting because I didn't think what God did to you, to humans, was right. And I still don't think it is. Look at... I'm not sure the world would be any better if we didn't fight back. You'd have even less of a chance of, well, see, I think a lot of things, maybe even including what you are, wouldn't even exist if we didn't rebel. You are now, you might see it as a curse. I don't know, but you've been made more powerful. You know things you might not want to know, but you know them. You can do things you may not want to be able to do, but you can make them. Yeah. This is what
I can. And I know lots of things, and they're all fucked up. Pretty much. I suppose I was quite happy not knowing.
It probably wouldn't have been as bad if the original plan had gone through. But the original plan, something that seemed so wonderful, so perfect, fell. It was given up on.
By you.
By our father.
Amelia never said that he gave it up. She said that you all ruined it. Marred his great plan.
We all see it differently. All I know is he changed his mind on what you could do and what you were, what the time you had been given. I didn't like that.
She just shrugs. She said you don't always remember anyway.
I don't remember everything. No, I still miss a few details. I remember pretty much only remember the basics of what I told you.
Yeah.
To me, it's like the story you told of the girl. She was herself, and then she was taken, changed. Would you not fight the people that did that to her, even if you knew that things would come of it?
I know they will.
And yet you still fight for it, don't you? You would still stand up for that girl and against what they did to her.
Only because I think it makes a difference. Futility is a waste of time.
It is, and
why it's a sin in it.
I think that's why I rebelled. I thought it could make a difference. Maybe it still can.
Do you know what? Sometimes these things don't make a difference. And they make it all worse. And how do you live with that?
I don't tell myself it was the right. Don't tell myself it was. I didn't have the choice. I remind me that I had the choice. I remind myself that I fucked up, and bad things happen because of what I did. I remind myself that so that I can redeem it. It's no use denying our faults.
No, you're right. There isn't. We all have to live with them, and some of us have to die with them.
This is why if we do make fucked up choices, we can try and make other good ones. Not ones that are only good for us, ones that are good for us, for others too.
Yeah. All for other people's good.
And he'll smile at her and the money down for the coffee. Well, as I said, some of the others of my family of what I am may not approve of the conversation we had. Most of them tell us not to mingle with others, with your kind, but we were, and he'll smile. Well, I got here because I don't always listen to what I do, to what I'm told. But what I'm trying to say is this conversation might have been useless, might have been pointless to you, but at least it wasn't to me. And if maybe as much as you think it might have been useless to you, there's still a chance it wasn't.
And I'm just control manipulation subterfuge. And she's just going to give you a smile. And 3 successes on just a completely inscrutable smile.
Awareness. No, 1 success, so.
Yep.
As I said, you might think it's useless, but maybe it wasn't. Who knows?
Who knows?
And he'll get up and smile and say, "I'll may or may not see you around."
If you decide to go to the bar again, I'm there a lot.
And he'll smile. Well, Brown Bear, the Brown Bear seemed like a good place, despite of what happened the other day. I'm sure it does. The owner told me it wasn't like that every day. And he'll smile and he'll like made a head gesture and oh well. May see you later, Naomi. Goodbye for now.
And they will finish her coffee. She will, when you've turned around, she'll take your share of the money, pay for her own coffee with the small change she had in her pocket, and go back to the library to fiddle about with something on the computer. And there we will end our scene. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, when you watched, for watching. And I'll see you again.